Stop. Stop right now. Take a moment and breathe slowly. A deep inhale to a deep exhale. Do you think that is air you are breathing? Right now, it's time to stop. It's time to stop letting people who are less conscious than you have less understanding than you control the realities. Whence you, whence, where did we all come from? There's 24 hours in a day for every self. So we are afforded equal, and I mean all equal, an opportunity of use. So I've been doing my best to have a bigger than big awareness. And if we understand why we need to become Al-Sufian aware and have an Al-Sufian awareness, you will be more conscious than your rulers. You will be more conscious than the rich. You will be more conscious than any celebrity. The stars that you call stars from people telling you that they are stars, and they look like they're in a different position than you that is better than you. Remember, in between them and you is equality. All are equal. And a lot of people don't want you to become more conscious than them. And it's no disparity and it's no put down to anyone who doesn't want to execute actions of amplifying one's understanding. We need to become aware of the words of the Creator. Ain't nothing greater than the words of the Creator. The words of the Creator will make you more conscious than any non-understander without having the words and the understanding of the words of the Creator. I have been doing my best to make sure that we are aware to the point of having understanding of the most superior knowledge that is connected with divine law and natural law. Therefore, no other understanding could be greater. And this understanding is why you keep seeing the Al-Sufian. because this is something that you need to become aware of. And I hope it's inspiring enough when you hear these words on the screen or my voice from your mind as that call to come home. There's a true understanding of your own self that has been deleted from school systems, from universities, from even homes due to this lack of consciousness and unwilling discipline. Without knowing the words of the Creator, you are allowing yourself to become willingly ignorant. As we opened up with breathing, who breathes? Who is it breathing? Is it them? Is it they? Is it him? Is it her? Is it she? Is it he? Think on who is breathing. And you can become very sure of the words of the Creator. The words of the Creator is all knowledge. And of course, all knowledge is the most superior knowledge because nothing is excluded. So we must understand the full and total awareness of self to become liberated from consciousness. You see, every day you can wake up with a conscious, and if you don't understand what a conscious is, do it come before the fact or after the fact? Has it always been, or was it created? Because the true understanding of what you are cannot be uncreated. And this is what many of our like-minded selves accomplished and experienced, attained the highest physical way of life of we would call paradise or heaven on earth. And was able to sustain themselves even into a greater life. We have the same roadmap, but now, from the past to now, is just more buildings in the way. There's more buildings for you to see. There's more food for you to smell. There's more videos for you to click on. There's more videos for you to hear. There's more nonsense now. Everywhere you turn, east, west, north, south, anywhere in the realm of an atmosphere, there's nonsense enforced by ignorance. And we have no clue that we are being drained as water down a toilet when flushing. If we don't understand, you are being poured and funneled, and you are creating for yourself a place formed by yourself through your own ignorance and lack of understanding, and letting others that are beneath the level of understanding this consciousness that is what is moving and causing motion. That who you are and the possessor of what you possess is before any of all forms and shapes and even words and ideas. All is with and prior to consciousness and creation. We must self check, we must self observe, and we can find the truly answer. The answer can't be told, it has to be experienced by and through discipline. And we have to bring our communities together. A community is a family. A family is where all self comes from. Self would not be here if you didn't have a pre-existing, some form of a family, nuclear, immediate, any of that understanding. But proportionally to that understanding is how self-aware are you. You know, knowing yourself is wisdom. And knowing yourself is not a subject matter to be told by others. Knowing yourself is a subject matter to know that you are being taught from within self. And that the creator is your teacher. And so as we see more of what really our eyes have not been exposed to, therefore our brain have not been illuminated, and therefore any psychological repairing or regeneration can't be afforded. Failure to be self-aware leads to a lack of one's understanding of one's own existence, which now only leads you to having perspectives and being a perspective. And so these things is why if anyone is doing a positive act of love and charity or to produce growth or to facilitate life in an upward fashion towards the greater understanding. Because we've been taught wrong, and it's not about doctrine, but it is about knowledge. And myself and others at KOS have searched the knowledge of self from different angles, from different viewpoints, to get a thorough and full, as 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 all the one says, understanding, overstanding. It leads to a proper understanding what self would stand under as life, in life, and living in life until we all have died. Because we must know all flesh dies. All things in the universe dies. So the end goal is not collecting of this world. It's making this world more beautiful, meeting great people in this world, and being able to expand your thinking by understanding how others think, not being afraid to be yourself, learning strength and courage, and how to bring forth an activation within. And those who don't want to engage on that level of conversation, you don't have to demote or lose sight of your own self-awareness, because most people in these times don't want to become and have more understanding of what's really going on, and then how life really works, how the universe is created, because this will give you reasoning. And with reasoning, there was nothing more made more beautiful. And so we have to understand what we are doing on this plane of things made manifest. For myself, I know since I have learned KOS, life has been, since learning that, magnificent. And I want to just appreciate all the future subscribers and the ones coming through the opening. The opening is here. It's only missing you. You got to come through the opening, through your own will. And when the time is right, we will see you and hear from you. Please comment. I read every comment. Let love spread and let the awareness of the Al-Sufian, the Al-Sufian, so we can all prosper. This is not about just a few. It's about all of us as one. And once we understand that as a large concept, that we're all, no matter where you're at, when you see a living thing, when you see we all are one. And that's a big statement. And that's a graduation into spiritual wisdom. And from that, we have more and more. As we see, knowledge is a divine commandment. Ain't nothing wrong with having knowledge. And it ain't nothing wrong with knowing how to use that knowledge. And that's what knowledge is for the user to use. And to use, you must be in the possession of. You don't have to be the owner, because you ain't the owner of your breath. You are the possessor. You have something gifted to you as a responsibility, and it's bearing witness to everything we all do. And so people wanted to hijack our land. And so if they can hijack the people's minds, then they can hijack the lands. So it's been long wars on the North America just for protection and sacredness of keeping oneself in a dignified state of being. While anyone who brings war, treachery, treason, all for warlording reasons, these are enemies of the Creator. Love is an ally of the divine Creator. Why would you want to come to a place that lacks love? Why would you want to be in any situation that lacks love? That you would love to feel the resistance all your life, where that is the place where you say, this is where you rather be. And this is where you came to fully enthrone yourself. Yeah, there's certain type of knowledges that we all have to acquire. You know, some flesh knowledge we have to understand and get. Some, and I advise we really get knowledge of the soul, because this is what has been trickery. You know, things have been created as an interference. And what interferences do is distract you from the real telos. So the telos fails. So teleologically, there's no aim to an end. And if we don't know how we will end, then we wouldn't even know the beginning is the end. You have to make yourself aware here. It ain't it's one thing to be awake, but awake is not aware. Just like sleep ain't awake. So these are ground breaking experiences for each self. So each self would never have to be told from a book what is true and what is not true. The greatest book, as the Al-Sufian or the Al-Sufian says, is nature. The world you in is the book of life. Step outside, look up, see some clouds moving. Stop looking at cars moving. Look at nature. Look at life. Look at the world you in, how it functions outside of corporatism and corpuses. See through that. See beyond. Because these are the things that have to be understood if one wants to get to the final telos, which is the Creator's wisdom. And it took me 18 years to find this text after reading through all your texts, from holy tablets to Sumerian tablets to Gnostic Bibles to Vedic to Upanishadic to Saramanas to the Psalms, the Avesta, the Zen Avesta. I mean, you can just really go on. As we're seeing it covering the Confucius, the Tao Te Ching. Oh, you got so many. Tai Chi, Tai Chi, Qigong. So many knowledges that are not even located in the West, that these knowledges come from a state of the Far East. And to understand how all this connects as one is a beautiful understanding for all of us. And so divine law is here, everyone. All you got to do is believe. Right now, the two things that's needed is belief and self-awareness. With belief and awareness, you cannot be stopped. You can really maximize the most optimal performance and live your life to the ultimate fullest. Because believe you me, consciousness is not what you think it is. Consciousness is actually the composite of two consubstantial reality that is really three-dimensional. And this is why we have such a hard time. And like I'm saying, reading and studying and meditating and experiencing and disciplining, these things will affect you to a great end. They will lead you to the path of wisdom, which we call the Sufian. So when we understand the Sufian, this is, it's so much when it comes to getting the right phrase to the people, because that's what the people need. And so you have to know that if you can breathe, then you was gifted by the Creator. And when I say gifted, you wasn't just gifted the breath. Inside the breathing breath and the one who breathes is 144 gifts. And you are in a trust, and you are a trustee, and you have a stewardship, and you have been granted by the grantor, the author of Creator, to come into existence. Just as Jesus was son, you, all selves, were son. Your birthday is not the day of your birth. The day that you call your birthday is the day you were son by the divine Creator. And this is what we must all live in truth and love love. And anything opposite of love is anti-divine. And anything anti-divinity, we should know, don't deserve our worth. Anything anti-divinity is untrustworthy. Our words of our Creator would never change, but they did alter the words. More than alter, they made a whole nother book and called that book the Word of God. So we're making a distinction over here at KOS. God, we know the true understanding of God. If you attended the meeting, you will too. And so, and you can also listen on the playlist area on the YouTube channel. These are the things that you are missing when you're not in attendance. This is the great meeting. There's great wisdom being effectuated and effectively put into action. And it lives and exists as it is spoken. The orator and the oration is the life of rogation. If you understand rogation, then you understand the power of the Sufian. Before there was a sovereign word, there was a Sufian. A Sufian is the Creator's sovereignty. So we have to understand the totality. Yes, I mean, even lawful studies and liturgies and canonical, down to poly canons. I mean, all these to make sure we have the best of the best to shift through, as it say, separate the wheat from the chaff. And so we separated the knowledge, and now we know what's one and what's duality, and who created duality and who's the author of duality, and it's not the Creator. And so mis and dis information is the virus that is causing self to not know. And we must understand self is nothing. So we really got some work to do when it comes to all this collecting. We're supposed to be collecting a higher form of ourselves, not recollecting a lower, fleshly, cardinal fleshly, n- natural form. What we are to be collecting is superior than the natural. It's completely divine. 101%. And that's how we rock over here. It's everything 101, 101%. Even when we ain't 100, we're going to keep it 101%. Because this is the name of the Creator. And these are the things that, as we see, our Creator wants us to know the secrets of the universe. And they here. They here. But to get it, you must harness. And to harness, you must harness through self-discipline and virtue. Not follow the crowd. Not follow the trend. But follow the Creator. And I'm finna get ready to go take my beautiful walk. I enjoyed y'all. Salam. Al-Sufian.